Good afternoon. Today is the 27th of August and this is part 4 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2023 Knebworth Classic Motor Show at Knebworth House near Stevenage. I do apologise in advance for this music in the background. There's nothing I can do about it, and last time I was here last year I got 3 copyright infringements, so I'm more annoyed about it than you are. If there's wind noise, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by announcements, I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So Morris 10 here, what that was that sort of from the 30s, I imagine. Sorry, the footage is becoming a bit bumpy today, viewers. The ground is bumpy, but I do apologise about that as well. 1973 to 74 MGB GT V8 with the correct V8 wheels on it as well. That's 73, gosh, this is an early one then. There were aftermarket conversions available before 73, but 73 was the first official year for these. And then we got Pontiac GTO 1966. So not this particular car, but another one is for Sala Monte Carlo. Chevy pickup from I think the early 50s. I'm very much in the dark when it comes to American cars, I'm afraid, viewers. I'm probably going to get everything I say about them wrong, as I normally do. Chevy Corvette, I think this is in the late 50s, this one. The quad headlamps. Exquisite design at the back though, absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Really nice. Plymouth Sport Satellite, the second one we've seen. Now this plate bears no relation whatsoever to the year of the car. Before about 1981, when cars were imported over here, they just had whatever plate from the year that they arrived slapped on them. So that's a 77 plate. This car is probably, I'd say, about 10 years older than that. But without any more information, I can't tell you, because I'm very bad with this sort of thing. Pontiac Bonneville, 1964. That's nice, isn't it? And then we've got an early Rover Metro here. It's not the very lowest spec one. It's not a 1.1C, but it's a 1.1L. There was like an S and an L and a C right at the bottom. So like my Volvo 460, 1991. 1996-97 Toyota MR2 SW20. Which rev this is, I don't know. Answer the comment section below. It does look like an original sort of UK right-hand drive one though, so that's nice. And then we've got next to it Fiat 126 in right-hand drive. Gosh, this is really rare. This is a 1990. Goodness gracious me. Wow. So this is a water-cooled one. Engine of course still in the back though, like the old 500s were. 1998 to 1999 Mini Cooper. Got some modification under the bonnet there as well. Renault 5 GT Turbo. That's a personal plate, so it doesn't reflect necessarily the year of the car. But these were made until about, I think, 1990, 1991 these were made. And they are superb. Late Mark I Golf Cabrio here, 1992 to 1993, so one of the very last. Just seen a Renault 16 go out, viewers. Hopefully they'll come back tomorrow. Some people are leaving early because of the weather, I think. Even though it's now 12:30 and the event only opened at 10, but you know, what can you do? 1988 to 89 Porsche 911 Targa, just before the 964 generation came out, so one of the last of that generation. Mark II Ford console here. We've had the Zodiac and the Zephyr, now the console, so the 3 Graces, but in the reverse order. Whether this is a low or a high line views, I've absolutely no idea. I can never tell, don't ask me. And next we've got Triumph TR6, 75, 76, so quite a late one for a TR6. I'm going to have to be very careful with P38 viewers. Check if the rev counter will tell us, and oh dear, I think we're going to have to move on. So I don't think we can talk about that one. How about this Morgan 2010, but just absolutely sort of unchanged from when these were first built in the 30s. I wonder what model this one is. So they don't actually tell you on the badge, so I have no idea. Something. 1970-71 TR6. See quite a few TR6s here this year actually. There's going to be tons of them here. And then, viewers, 1979 to 80 Ford Capri. I think this is solar gold, this colour, with the collar check interior. Is this a 3 litre S, viewers? Yes, it is. So full professional spec, like the one used in the 1980 series of professionals. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Jaguar XJ 1999 to 2000, the X308 type. We haven't quite got a base leather interior here, viewers, but that's very nice. I would like to have a go in the XJR at some point in my life. I have driven X300, but not one of those. Very nice. Early Unos here in dark green with the biscuit interior, which is a very nice colour combination indeed. Most agreeable. 1990-1991 registration. Mark II Ford Cortina in remarkably kind of standard looking form. Gosh, an early one as well. This is a 66. It's the GT. I think we had a 1.5 litre engine at the time. Next to it, a Triumph 2500S, one of the sort of later ones of this shape. The 2.5 PIs ended up being such a nightmare to deal with that actually later on they introduced the 2500S towards the end of production. It's pretty good with those alloy wheels in that colour. It's superb, isn't it? Triumph Herald, I think this is a 1200 convertible. Most of the Herald convertibles you see are at 1360, so that's it's nice to see. Yeah, it's 1200, 66. This is probably a 1360, isn't it? Let's have a look at the top of here. It is. It's a 70-71, so it's one of the very last ones. Finished in 71 with the introduction of the Triumph Toledo, which actually shared the same engine as this. And then a Mazda RX-4. Have we seen this one before somewhere, viewers? Possibly. There aren't very many of these around at all. Yeah, 73, so I think we have seen this before somewhere. That is beautiful rarity, isn't it? 1993, 1994, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 2. At this time, they weren't imported officially over here. The FQ300, I'm not sure, is a real designation for this. I mean, look at the modification sort of to this. Well, look at the TVR as well. Ooh, very nice Chimera. 96, 97 on a P. Okay, all decked out. That's what it looked like, a sort of rally car. Very late Mark I Golf here. 83, 84 on an A. Yeah, it's a GTI, so one of the last ones. They finished in 84, the Mark I's. And of course, more GTI action, this time by Peugeot. Post facelift 205 GTI 1.9. Without the windy windows, so yeah, definitely a later one. And then BMW E36 3 Series convertible. It's got a beige leather interior, viewers. It's sort of more biscuit, isn't it, really? And then a Ferrari 308, that's right, a 208. This must be an Italian market one. Yeah, sport production V8, Ferrari made the 2 litre to avoid tax. We got a 308 in this country. And then late Triumph Stag here, 76, 77, 77 was the last year of production to these. That one is a manual. So late Mark II. Ford Sierra RS Cosworth hatch, 1986 to 87. That's probably like the most valuable car of the entire show, actually, I should think. 1984 to 85 BMW 525E. This was the one we got over here that was the least stressed engine ever. It really revved to like 3,500 RPM normally. It's amazing, amazing fuel economy and actually quite torquey as well. Nissan 370Z. What's this, about 2014? I think this seems before somewhere actually. And then this is not a Morris Minor, it's much bigger than that. I think that'll be like an Isis or something like that. Another one of these BMW 5 Series of this generation. This one's a bit earlier than the 525E. It's another 525E. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen two 525Es together like this. Crazy. 82, 83. 66 Mustang, imagine by the plate, fastback, which is correct. (1981 to 82) Fiat 124 Spider. Could just be a Tony badge one. No, it's still a Fiat one. American market model, of course. By this stage, they weren't selling these in the UK. Lancia Beta Spider, a very heavily modified one as well. Former Concours runner-up at this very show, 1980. This one is.
I'll see you in 10 years.
And then next to it, Mark II Punto. This would be the base model, it's only got 60 horsepower. 1.2 active sport. Don't quite know what that's doing on the stand here. It is just maybe not quite what I expected at a show, but never mind. I suppose it is a classic now, but they were 20 years old. Also, probably classics in their time. Another 370Z, 2009 to 10 registration. That looks like fun to ride, doesn't it? I wonder if this is an automatic or a manual one, this one. It's a manual. Excellent. And definitely classics now because of the prices they fetch. More Sierra RS Cosworth hatch action. Again, 86, 87 registration. It's probably got a bit more power than standard that. I think that's moonstone blue, that colour, from memory. I think though somehow I prefer this Opel Monza GSE. So this is yeah, the facelifted one to this. Headlamp wiper action. So 84, 85. Do we have a Digidash in this? I'll have a look. What we can see is the windows are quite heavily tinted for a car from this era. We'll take a look. I do like these actually. Let's have a look. Oh, gosh. I think, yeah, Digidash, can't see it, so it must be. That would be a lot of fun, wouldn't it, to get one of those. Also here, a 1967 Ford Zodiac Executive. This is the absolute top of the range model of this shape. I hear they're not great in an accident if you actually crash one of these, from people who do banger racing. They don't tend to use these, but look at the back, such an American looking car. Enormous bonnet, very small for the size of a car anyway. Boot, and look at that strip at the back. Ooh, Volvo 240 GL, 1984-85, and someone's got a Rover 416 GTI for sale. We do like those viewers. We like R8s very much, so much so we've owned 2 of them. And there's a good old red block in there, of course. Yeah, very easy to do the cam belt on those. Ooh, a Vectra B with the Ermshire body kit on it. This is probably this is a Ermshire selection. It's been to quite a few events, that one, but I like this even more. Look at this, a very late registered Mark III Cavalier, like one of the last registered of all. It's actually in 95, that's 96, 97 plates. This is a V6. But it's a GLS. I would like a CDX personally, but you can't be too fussy when you see one of these, can you? Registered November 96 for whatever reason. Registered in Poole. That's actually in really nice condition now. Very nice. Volvo 1800 ES, 1971 to 72 registration. It's the very last of the 1800 models. I think this might even have a 2-litre engine by this stage, but it's kept calling it 1800. 1965 Ford Mustang. A lot of Mustangs here today, like tons of Mustangs. Not a surprise really, they're very popular cars in the classic world. It's a particularly nice one. Same colour as the one in Goldfinger, isn't it? With sort of cream with red interior. 1996. Mustang here, can't remember what type of Mustang these were called back in the day. This is the 3.8 V6. Pacific Green, clear coat metallic. And then we've got Bondbug. Normally these are in like pairs at shows, but yeah, 600 ES. I've never seen a Bondbug really, but it's not the ES model. 71, 72. Got some identification there. Sorry, it's advertising, not advertising for it there. A Morris MO Oxford. This would be sort of late 40s, early 50s, this one. Very similar design to the smaller Morris Minor, also by Sigonis, of course. 1991-92, Mercedes-Benz C124 300 CE. I have driven one of these, but it was a 4-cylinder one. Ooh, this one is dark blue with a beige leather interior and wood. I do like a nice beige leather interior, and for some of you we've even got headlamp wiper action. The only thing that's louder than that music views in the background is this Dodge Charger from Broward County in Florida. I imagine this is, what, 10 years old or so? Very nice. And we've got 2002 to 3 R53 Mini Cooper S John Cooper Works Edition. This will be in the register for these, won't it? Yeah, the O2 West register, similar to the Y register. I have driven one of these. It wasn't the John Cooper Works Edition, but it was the S, and it was fun. Another one of these T3 Volkswagens. This one is can't remember what sort of type this is called. Looks like an original UK right-hand drive one actually. 87, 88. Of course, engine at the back. This stage they were water cooled. Custom Model T thing from the early 70s. Definitely not got the original Model T engine in it though. Don't even get a bonnet. Don't get anything. Ooh, an early 911, 69 to 70. Let's have a look at the back, and it should tell us what type 911 this is. It's 911E, so that means Einspritzung, which is fuel injection. probably imported from America or something. Much newer one, 2005 Carrera S. This is the 997 shape. 1988 to 89 Ford Fiesta XR2. Now that looks rather nice. It's a very late one actually. They were discontinued about February, March 89, so it's one of the very last. And then we've got another TVI here with what looks like some kind of special interior. In fact, it's a beige leather one. I've got 4 seats in here, although how on earth I'd get in there, I don't know. And no, viewers, I'm not going to try getting in the back of one of these. Very late Cerberus, gosh, 2002 to 3. Honda S2000. Don't know what year this one is. We'll have to see. I think it's one of the later ones, a facelifted one. Someone's put an information sheet on there, very sensibly in a plastic folder. 2005 that one is. Bellina Black, only 14,000 miles. Wow. Right viewers, we're all zipped up and we're going to continue. E30 BMW 3 Series convertible. Personal plate, it's one that I could probably get away with having on a car as well. Don't know what year exactly this is. I imagine it's about 1990, something like that. Another Stag. This is a Mark II Stag, 1974-75 on an N. And have original Triumph V8 and that stand part stamping just down there. And we have another 996 911. It's probably one of the facelifted ones, not sure what year it is. Next to one of the original Boxsters. This isn't even a Boxster S, it's just a Boxster. So I think they came out around 96. This is a 1998, 1999 car. One of the most affordable ways into Porsche ownership, I think. Apart from the 924s, I think most of the most affordable way. And then we have, my gosh, a very, very clean looking Vectra B. It's a GLS, pre-facelift, so 98, 99. It's 2 litre. That's really clean for a Vectra B. Very clean. 6970 Aston Martin DB6. Gosh, we do have some variation, don't we, in the show? Just sort of all mixed up together, which is what we like to see. And then a Rover 75. I'm just trying to see if this is a Cowley built one. Oh gosh, viewers, it's a 2 litre V6 DA, so possibly registered by the Rover Group themselves. As before MG Rover came in. I think that's green sill, so this is really a Longbridge car. £2,500. It's a 2 litre V6 auto with a sort of olive interior and wood. I mean, that's quite nice, isn't it, viewers? Panama hat on the back shelf, of course, because that's what we like to see. 1963 Morris Minor 1000 Traveller, 1098cc engine. But for some reason it's got the wipers and meters in the middle, so maybe it's a late registration, because the ones that wipers and meters in the middle were stocked in 62. Interesting Mark I Astra here. I don't think this is a GTE, I think this is something else. Yeah, it's an XPS. I've heard of an EXP, but an EXPS I've not heard of. This is pretty rare, isn't it? Look at that. Wow. That is amazing. Then we've got another Unos here. 1992, 1993. Classic colour combination. Dark green with the sort of biscuit interior in it. And then a Rover SD1 that looking very, very fearsome indeed. This car is in a walk-up video on YouTube. Well, it's sort of never a YouTube video right now because I'm making one. Oh, now this is better, isn't it? We've seen this before, haven't we? The claim CD 83, 84, but with modifications. Obviously, it's a Honda-based car, and then we've got this this DAF 66 from one of the very sort of last eras of independent DAF ownership before it was rebranded as a Volvo, with the Varimatic transmission. This one. 74, 75 with the Play Enfant Renault engine, 1289cc. 1999 to 2000 Mercedes-Benz SLK 230. This one is an auto. You could get a manual, but I've not seen many of those. E30 BMW 3 Series Touring, very late one, 92, 93. The E34s came out, I think, late 91, so very late for one of these. Mercedes-Benz SLR129. I think again quite late for one of these. If I look at the front, yeah, the steering wheel and things are sort of a giveaway. Although it's sort of personal plate. That is very nice. 2CV. I was surprised we've not seen too many of these yet, but there are a lot here, of course. And yes, you know, certain channels are very fond of these on YouTube, aren't they? I don't know much about them really, so we will continue and have a look at some Fords. Rather like at Bromley Pageant earlier this year, the Ford Cortina Mark II 1600E owners club are here. Ford Cortina Mark II and 1600E owners club are here, although most of them here I think are 1600Es. And we've got a nice display. They always do a good display actually. So we'll just go round in the circling their stand this time. This is a really late 1600E. This is 70 only actually, because by the end of 70 the Mark III was out. Another 1600E here, this is 68, this one. Multiple kind of awards for this particular car, which is very nice. Another 1600E here. Don't know what name this colour is. 69 to 70, like the one on the right hand side is as well. Let's not fall over here, viewers. Fortunately, this sign here explains that it's not just 1600E models, it's all of them. It's Cortina Savage. We'd like those here, those are fun. And Lotus Cortina here. Badges the twin cam as well. 69 to 70. In comparison with the sort of fast saloons of later, these Mark II Lotuses look really, really plain, don't they? And then we've got probably another 1600E here, I would say. 69 to 70. There seem to be a lot of them about the same year of registration here. A lot of them on H plates. And then another 70 here. I think this is probably my favourite colour I've seen a 1600E in. It's this particular one, sort of purple. It's very period, isn't it? 67. This Mark II here is. Well, if it gets a bit loud in the background, viewers, I do apologise for having a rev off competition there. Yeah, it's an early 1600E, that one. Someone over there is second part of that competition too. 1968 to 69 on a G. So 69, totally restored, new panels, rebuilt in 2010 for your eyes only. And we've got a pair of Mark II Cortina police cars, both on consecutive plates. This is the second car, 580H, the other one's 579H. And actually they are Lotuses, or Loti. We'll go with Lotuses. And then we'll go the other one. Yeah, you have to sort of put a sign on one of these when you're going around to say it's not in service. Incredibly nice condition, isn't it? Very, very nice. That's not the sound of a Cortina, by the way, viewers. So this is a Ford Fanatic stand, although there seems to be a Porsche on here as well. 89 to 90 Mark IV Escort Cabrio, but it's got the RS Duratec engine in it, so probably a bit faster than the old 1.6 CVH, I would imagine. 964, 911 here, 1990, 1991 on an H, and of course we've got a Sierra RS Cosworth. It's a Sapphire Cosworth, this one.
I'm drumming up some scores.
Which is modified. That's 92, 93, one of the last ones. 2010 to 11 Ford Shelby Mustang. Some enormously powerful V8 in there. And Ford F-150 SVT Lightning. Interesting. And we got a 59 Cadillac. Get more American cars here. It's a Series 62 from 59.
Okay, TVR, start your engine and go for it.
Then a 55 Chevy Bel Air. I reckon it's 55 because I saw a very similar one earlier on in the show.
Okay, what do you think about TVR?
Then a 1964 Cadillac. I'm pleased the weather's just turned slightly. It's not raining anymore. That's obviously an advantage, isn't it?
Okay. Oh, yes, big lady. How are you, big lady?
And we have something else here, equally large. Another Cadillac. That one I'm not sure about, 1960, something like that. Just finish off with this little section of American cars here. Chevrolet Apache. Pickup.
Disqualified because it's just full grass all over this poor lady here.
This looks like, I don't know really. 32 Ford, modified. And then we finish off with this 57 Chevy Bel Air in the most classic colour, I think, for these you could possibly imagine. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let us leave a comment below, and we shall see you again very soon for more incorrect information.